Backdoor finding McCraven, pass a little high for him. McCraven at a reset, puts it up off the glass, good.
Out to Hallie Crockett, her second baseball pass up the floor to Abby Richmond. Right-handed layup for two.
Go backing and backing, gets stalled again, and picks up 2 points. So 2-point takedown.
The puck tries to reverse along the boards, taken away by Parker. In front, another goal! Parker tees up Brody Schultz.
Right-handed dribble, goes to Reichel, deep three-pointer on the way! That's good!
Up the floor, Severson over to Bevins, all alone, steps up, shoots the three, and it's good!
Alston Telephone Company and R&J Broadcasting Incorporated is proud to present to you this broadcast on yourliveevent.com.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to tonight's contest between the Fargo North Spartans and the West Fargo Packers. Class A EDC boys basketball here on your live event. Dan Gunderson with you, joined by Joey Hughes, our cameraman and Fargo North grad. It is going to be a fun contest between these two teams tonight. The Fargo North Spartans come in with a record of 1-2 overall, 1-1 in the EDC, while the Packers, coming off a victory last night, 96-75 over Valley City, come in with a record of 2-2 overall, 2-1 in the EDC. Let's waste no time getting you ready for this contest and get to our starting lineups, brought to you by American Family Insurance. American Family Insurance, brought to you, of course, by Chris Heisey's team, here to serve and help meet your insurance requests from home. In fact, let's just wait 1 minute on that. They're going to do the national anthem, and with that, we'll take a break here in the pregame show, and we'll come back with those American Family Insurance lineups. You're watching Class A Boys Basketball on your live event.
I'm really happy here because on a daily basis when I get here, I'm so excited to work with the people around me.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on yourliveevent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on yourliveevent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onstead Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. Or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Welcome back to the Spartan Dome. Dan Gunnarsson, Joey Hughes with you. Great job on the presentation of the colors and the national anthem. Well, let's get you started with the American Family Insurance starting lineups, brought to you by Chris Heisey's team, which is here to serve and help meet your insurance requests from home, auto, commercial, or farm and ranch. Additionally, as residents of your community, they understand how important it is to be here for you. Chris Heisey Agency with American Family Insurance. For more information, go online to chrisheisey.com. Let's start with the road team on the scoreboard, the West Fargo Packers. Starting at a guard, a 5'11 senior, Nick Perrys. Starting at the other guard, a 5'8 senior, number 3, Peyton McGregor. Starting at a forward position, you'll have 5'10 senior Cole Tiedemann. At another guard position, I should say at another forward position, you will have 6'5 sophomore Boniface Loria. And the final starter for tonight, 6'5 junior, number 24, Tony Leal. Pardon me, not Bonus Loria, but it'll be 6'2 senior guard or senior forward, 6'2 Isaac Fitz. So Perrys, McGregor, Tiedemann, Fitz, and Leal. That's the starters for the West Fargo Packers. For your Fargo North Spartans, the home team on the scoreboard, they will go like this. Starting at a guard, it'll be 6'3 junior Bodie Hogue, wearing number 2. Wearing number 4 at a guard, 6'3 junior Jeremiah Sem. Another guard wearing number 5, 6'3 junior David Schilling. A third guard, or fourth guard I should say, will be 6'1 sophomore wearing number 11 Matthew Sem. And the man in the middle, the junior wearing number 40, 6'5 junior Carter Zeller. Thank you to Chris Heisey and American Family for those lineups. West Fargo, coached by Adam Polzowski in his 6th season as head coach. They won state in 2021, took second in 2022, and Travis Hogue in his first full season as head coach took over as an interim coach towards the end of last year. West Fargo wins the tip, and they'll begin with the ball. Perrys, he'll swing it over to McGregor, down low into the wing where it'll be Fitz who gets it top of the key. 3 up and good. Knocked down by Cole Tiedemann. So he gets that first 3 of the game, and West Fargo just like that, off and running. Jeremiah Sem will bring it up, crossover, dribble between the legs, gets it over to his brother Matthew. Fakes the handoffs, drives baseline, double team comes, kicks it out, Jeremiah corner. 3, up, in and out, no good. Rebound brought down by Leal. Perrys will bring it up for West Fargo. He'll go top of the key, over to McGregor. He'll take a deep 3 from the top of the key, no good. Rebound brought down by Bodie Hogue, who gets it quickly ahead to the David Schilling, who brings it back out. Head fake from Matthew Sem. He'll drive, try to go between the leg crossover, tries to bring it back out, and Hoagie will set things up. Hogue, I should say, will set things up. He looks back at the coach, gives it off to Zeller, will hand it off Hogue. Top of the key. 3, good for Schilling. 3-3 our score as Perrys gets it into the corner. Swing it around, top of the key, into the paint. Shot up and no good for Leal, brought down by Matthew Sem. And he'll push the pace for Fargo North, goes for the layup and good. Expect a track meet tonight between these two teams. They love to get up and down the floor. Perrys will get it over, wing going down low to Leal. Goes top the key, Perrys, 3. Front iron, no good. Brought to you bound by Schilling. He'll hand it off to Matthew Sem. He'll run point. Crossover, hands it off to Hogue. He'll go top of the key, looks to give it off to Schilling to go backdoor cut. Nice job, look. Shot up, no good as the rebound's brought down by Leal. He'll hand it off to Tiedemann, who will give it into the left side to Fitz, who will drive into the paint. Up, no good. Rebound brought down by Leal, goes up for 2. Shot attempt is no good, but foul on the attempt. That's going to be on Zeller, and it'll be his first foul. Carter Zeller, the 6'5 junior, receiving some interest from those around the college ranks. Very, very strong basketball player for Fargo North, as the first one is up and no good for Leo. One thing you'll notice about these teams is really the age difference. Jeremiah Sem, David Schilling, Carter Zeller, Bodie Hogue, all juniors. Matthew Sem, number 11 out there for Fargo North, a sophomore, a very young team. They don't play a lot of seniors. In fact, only have 2 on their rosters. The second one is up and good for Leal. On the flip side, for West Fargo, lots of seniors on the starters. In fact, Leal's the only junior starter for the Packers, who trail 5-4 in this contest. Just under 60 minutes to go as Hogue launches the 3, no good. Zeller came down with the board but brought it low, and we're going to have a foul on the floor on West Fargo's Cole Tiedemann. His first personal, first team foul. This should be a fun matchup between Leal and Zeller. Down low, both listed at 6'5". Inbound coming from Hogue. He gets it too high for Zeller, who tips it out to Schilling. Back to Hogue, who will set things up. Top of the key. Little man-to-man defense by West Fargo as they fight through some screens. McGregor guarding Matthew Sem. McGregor, great job of moving those feet. Stays with Sem, who gets a nice pass down low to Zeller, who can't finish. Leal lost Zeller in the defense, but West Fargo comes away with the rebound. Parries on that wing, into the left side, hands it off to Fitz. Top of the keys, they swing it around. McGregor will go back to Fitz, and we're going to get an offensive foul on the screen. And it is Nick Perry's, his first personal, second team foul. We'll see Jeremiah Sem. We'll see Matthew Sem. We'll see Bodie Hogue, I should say. They'll all bring up the ball because they all can dribble very well, as you see Jeremiah try to do a little one-on-one creation. Great job defensively by Peyton McGregor, who brings it into the paint. Adjust midair as Matthew Sem goes for the block attempt. And Peyton McGregor for 2 gives West Fargo an early 6-5 lead. Packers putting a little bit of pressure on Fargo North. Schilling, nice backdoor cut by Hogue, who goes up for 2. No, Zeller comes down with the board, and we're going to get a foul by Tiedemann as he tried to crash the offensive board as well, and that's your second personal on Cole Tiedemann. And quickly to the bench. West Fargo will bring in senior Max Fow, 6 foot senior guard. They'll also bring in Max Shell, another senior, listed at 5'10". So going short as Perry's and Tiedemann hit the bench. Corner 3, meanwhile, for Hogue is good. Bodie Hogue for 3, and it's back to a 2-point lead for Fargo North. Leal trying to answer top of the key 3, no good, but we're going to get a closeout foul on Carter Zeller. That's a developing story because that's Zeller's second and second team foul. And they're actually going to call that on the shot, so Leal will get 3. Joe Rose quickly up to the scorer's table, the 6'4 junior. He'll look to be checking in for Carter Zeller. First one up and good for Leal. That is something to pay attention to with 14:10 to go in the first half. Carter Zeller picking up his second foul as Leal's second shot is up and good. So Leal ties it up. We also see Peter Haugo check in as Leal makes all 3. So Leal gives his team an early 9-8 lead. Shell picking up Matthew Sem full court. Size not on the advantage of West Fargo, but speed is, as Shell playing great defense on Matthew Sem. Leal comes down with the board. McGregor wants to push. He's at the top of the key, not picked up. Drives on Rose, runs into his body, stops at the baseline, up and good. No call, as Rose played great defense, but McGregor doing a good job of finishing strong. It's 11-8. West Fargo with the lead. McGregor, great athlete, plays great defense. You've seen him guard both Sems, as Shell will pick up Matthew Sem. Leal comes off the screen by Rose. Top of the key going down low to Rose, and McGregor takes it away. Turnover North. McGregor wants to push. Goes down low to Leal, but Matthew Sem, know what he's thinking. 2-on-1, going up for Jeremiah Sem, who tries to go over McGregor, and they're going to call a foul on Peyton McGregor, I believe. There's a conversation between the two referees. It tried to be an alley-oop from Matthew Sem to Jeremiah, and they call a blocking foul on McGregor, who can't believe it. He's incredulous. And they're actually going to give him a shot attempt on that one. Peyton McGregor's first personal, fourth team foul. Would have been a fantastic finish. You saw it coming as soon as the turnover was created, as Jeremiah Sem puts the first one up and in. As Matthew Sem takes a seat on the bench in favor of Ethan Welk. But an interesting call. I guess the explanation has to be that in that scenario, without the ball going for it, he's blocking out his opportunity at the ball, which he has full right to do. Could you call over the top? I don't think that's the call, as we get a turnover now on Perry's for the travel. So West Fargo turns the ball over on back-to-back possessions. And to finish that thought, really the only call you can have, since it wasn't coming off a rebound, is that it's got to be a blocking foul on McGregor. Great athleticism shown by both, as McGregor has taken a seat, as Perry's is in right now for West Fargo. As Hogue gets the ball, goes in. Rose goes up for the shot. No. Hogue knocked it out of his hands, and then we're going to get a foul on Hogue. So Bodie Hogue with his first personal and a third team foul, and now Bodie Hogue not feeling too great as he is pushing himself off the court. And this is unfortunate for Fargo North. As Welcome Mahoza is going to check on in. Ethan Welk is in the game as well, along with Peter Haugo, and we're going to get an opportunity to kind of calm things down here as they check on Bodie Hogue. Left ankle, just really can't put any pressure on it, unfortunately, and he's going to have to be helped right to the locker room for Fargo North. Their starting guard, and really a guy who's been running point for them. Tough to see Fargo North lose one of those players. So let's get things back reset here on the court. Jeremiah Sem, Peter Haugo, Welcome Mahoza, Ethan Welk, and Joe Rose into this game. Carter Zella picked up his second foul for Fargo North with 14:10 to go in the first half. Just a minute and a half ago, really. And West Fargo went on a quick 4-0 run with him on the bench. Fargo North came back with a couple of free throws from Jeremiah Sem, and it's 11-10 West Fargo as they swing it around the perimeter. Perry's drives baseline. Nice job by Ethan Welk to poke it away. Couldn't retain that steal, and it's knocked out of bounds. West Fargo ball underneath. Perry's will inbound it. He's joined by Max Schell, Isaac Fitz, Tony Leal, and Max Fow, who has it at the top of the key. He'll drive into the paint, hand it off to Leal. Leal, he'll get into the paint, going up against Mahoza, tries to go up for the shot, maybe a pass to Shell. Whatever it was, didn't work. Jeremiah Sem weaving his way through traffic, almost got too fancy with it on a pass down low. Looked like he was going to Haugo. It's knocked out of bounds by West Fargo. Will stay Fargo North ball with 25 to go on the shot clock. Welk will inbound for the Spartans. They spread it out 4 along the elbow. Mahoza looking for the ball. Couple Spartans run into each other. They finally get it to Sem at the top of the key. That's Jeremiah with the ball, guarded by Perry's. He'll stay on him after the screen. Looking down roll. No. 3, top of the key, in, out, and in. Jeremiah Sem gives the Spartans a 13-11 lead with 12 minutes to go first half. A little dribble and weave action, top of the key. Mahoza gets too aggressive with the reach-in foul. A first personal on him and a fourth on the team. Side out inbound coming for Fargo, or I should say West Fargo. We're going to get a substitution for the Packers. Boniface Loria will check into this game. It's typically about as deep as this bench will run for West Fargo. Loria, 6'5", sophomore. He'll play down low, wear number 12. Handoff, foul, looks to go to Loria. Now we're going to get a foul on the ground, so it'll be an inbounds down low. Let's see who the call is on. It's going to be on Ethan Welk. His first personal, 5th team foul. Coach Hogue clapping his hands along the sideline, looking for his team to play some stout defense with that 2-point lead. 6 minutes into this game, inbounds goes to Shell, top of the key. Give it off to Fitz, who goes to Loria, who tries to get it out to Paris, but turns it over. Jeremiah Sam will push. Near sideline, behind the back dribble, step back three. Why not? Jeremiah Sam getting into his bag with that step back three. Fitz drives baseline, kicks it out, then knocked away by Mahoza, who goes after the ball. Almost saved it inbounds. Instead, he stepped on the line, and it will stay West Fargo ball. Jeremiah Sem is an athletic individual who can do a lot of things with the basketball in his hands, without it in his hands, but showing why he's gaining interest from many colleges around the region and elsewhere as well. Bonafide Division I prospect showing out tonight. He's got 8. Spartan's got 16. There's a 3 top of the key from foul, no good. Shell tracks down the board, saves it to Loria. Loria goes at the hoop, up and in for 2. Good hustle by Shell to save that ball from going out of bounds. Loria there, the recipient of the hustle. Sem goes to the hoop, up, under, no good. Loria rebound. Here comes West Fargo. Perry's up ahead to foul. Foul in the corner, back to Perry's. Left wing 3. Oh, boy, he had to give it up and then throws it out of bounds. Jeremiah Sem spooked him. Perry's, I think, thought he was going to try and knock it out of his hands. Peyton McGregor in. Isaac Fitz out. Turnover, Packers. Spartans up 3, 16-13. Remember, at halftime, we'll have an opportunity to get you caught up on everything that happened in the first half, and even our earlier game between the girls' West Fargo and Fargo North basketball teams, our First Class Mortgage halftime show. Should be a fun one. Jeremiah Sem out near the timeline, got a big screen from John Rose, cleared him, went behind the back over to Haugo, but a kickball on the pass. Now we'll reset it out of bounds for Fargo North. Welk will get it into Rose at the elbow. Rose will hand it off to Jeremiah Sem. Goes back to Rose with a one-handed pass. So Joe Rose for 2. Jeremiah Sem, he not only can score, but he can pass. Shell knocks it off his foot and out of bounds. Turnover West Fargo. Couple substitutions as Matthew Sem and David Schilling check on in. Joe Rose, Peter Haugo, take a seat. Carter Zeller had a foul, his second, with about 14:10 to go. About 2 minutes after that, we saw Bodie Hogue get help to the locker room. Looked like his left ankle maybe rolled it a little bit. He has yet to come back. So already Fargo North down 2 starters. But they've got a deep bench and a lot of seniors. As Shell, he turned it over on the other end, gets the turnover on defense. Here comes foul. Gets it over to Perry's. Head fake, back to foul. Now looks back to Perry's. Corner. Looking down for Lil No, another turnover. West Fargo having issues. Three turnovers in the last 4 possessions for the Packers has allowed the Spartans to gain a 5-point advantage at 18-13. Both Sems on the floor for Fargo North, Jeremiah and Matthew. It's Jeremiah with the ball. He's the junior. He wears number 4. Matthew wears number 11. He's in the corner, but it's Schilling with the ball down to Mahoza, who tries to go through Leal. Up and under move is beautiful. Mahoza for 2, his first 2 points of the game, and it's 20-13 They're going to call a blocking foul on Mahoza as Leal got down low, went up for 2, no good, but he'll get a chance to shoot 2 as Tony Leal has a team-high 4 points for West Fargo. If you can't hear the crowd, I'll explain for you very shortly. They don't agree with the call. As it is, Mahoza's second personal and 6th team foul. First one is up and good for Leal, who now has 5. Eric DeBoer is into the game for Ethan Welk. Eric DeBoer, 6'5" sophomore, lanky, but they list him as a guard. As Leal, beautiful. Great touch from the big man. That drops in. Nothing but the bottom of the net. And it's 20-15. Jeremiah Sem, pick him up. Oh, he went up for the ball. They said all ball, and yes. Peyton McGregor did not get a chance to reestablish himself back in bounds before he picked up that ball. Great defense as Jeremiah Sam was coming up for a very hard dunk. Referee underneath the hoop said all ball on that one. We're going to get a kind of explanation or at least a comment here from the referees as they're having a conversation. I'm not entirely sure about what. Okay, so they said the shot clock did not reset. So they wanted to go to 24 seconds, so 23, 22. Now we're having clock issues. So because the ball was never retained in possession by West Fargo, the shot clock does not reset. Matthew Sem tried to bounce it off of Tony Leal. Shell there to pick up the ball, and then we get a foul on Fargo North. It'll be a 1-on-1. The foul is on Matthew Sem, his first personal. And team 7. So to the line will be Max Shell, the 5'10 senior. And we have seen a lot of Max Shell throughout this game. Cole Tiedemann, who does have 2 personal fouls, has had to spend a majority of this first half on the bench. A Shell shot is up and no good. Tony Leal down there for the board, but so is David Schilling to reject the putback. And he'll bring it up. Schelling over to Sem, who wants to reset the offense. Skip pass over into the corner where DeBoer has it. Goes down low, up and in for Mahoza. Back to a 7-point lead for Fargo North. Max foul into the paint. Thought about a spin move. Bad pass back to Shell. Almost a turnover. Scramble for the ball. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow. Fargo North. So Max foul and Max Shell are out. Into the game now, Isaac Fitz and Cole Tiedemann will check back in with his 2 fouls. Nick Perry's, Peyton McGregor, Tony Leal, the starters for West Fargo are in. David Schilling, both Sem brothers are in as Peyton McGregor, I should say, playing great defense on Jeremiah out of the top of the key, who gives it to Matthew, who replaced him. DeBoer, 3, off back iron, no good. Rebound, Peyton McGregor. He'll push. So much speed in that young man to the top of the key. Kick it over to the corner. Almost thrown away, but with it now is Tiedemann. Fitz at the top of the key. He'll drive on Matthew Sem. Tries to go into the paint. Has to kick it out to Tiedemann. 3 on the way. No good. Strong. Leal fighting for the ball with Mahoza. Comes away with a rebound. Jeremiah Sem picked up at 3-quarter court by McGregor. McGregor has a foul. Jeremiah Sem wants to push the pace. Screen and roll. No. He'll take the top of the key. 3. No. In and out. Rebound Leal, who is then pushed underneath by Scheel, and a foul. And David Schilling, I should say, not Schill, but Schilling, his first personal 8th team foul, and Leal to the line for a 1-on-1. Joe Rose will check on in for Fargo North. Carter Zeller has been sitting on the bench since the 14-10 mark of this first half with 2 fouls. Bodie Hogue, who is back on the bench for Fargo North, had to be helped to the locker room with about 12 minutes to go in this first half because of a rolled ankle. As Tony Leal, who's been the high scorer for West Fargo, knocks in another free throw. Most of his points have come from the stripe tonight. So for that reason, 2 of the starters for Fargo North have been on the bench. Carter Zeller is probably the biggest name of recognition. Not to say Bodie Hogue isn't important for the team, but Fargo North does kind of distribute the ball handling duties between the Sem brothers and even David Schilling from time to time. So they can find others to help in that area. But it's down low where Tony Leal has been able to play good defense on Mahoza and Joe Rose, who is in. Matthew Sem hoists a 3, and that rebound comes down into the hands of West Fargo's, Cole Tiedemann. As Perry sticks about a 3, decides against him. McGregor has the ball, guarded by Sem. Spin move, goes into the paint, goes up for 2, and good. McGregor has had some acrobatic layups tonight. He has 6. He is fun to watch. First team All-State in football, set school records in both receiving yards and receptions this year for the Packers. That man getting some D2 offers for football. That play underneath, Joe Rose forcing the issue. He's going to get a foul called on Leal. And for Tony Leal, his first personal, only the 5th team foul for West Fargo, has cut the deficit down to 3 before Joe Rose's 2 free throws are coming. West Fargo won state in 2021. Last year, took second to Minot, who will be the team to beat this year in Fargo for Class A. As Rose first shot is up and good. Fargo North, a state qualifier as well. As Rose's second shot is up and good. He now has 4 as Peter Haugo checks on in for him. Fargo North will be looking to get back to state again this year. They were ousted in those quarterfinals against Minot. Was a great game, 2-point win for Minot in that quarterfinal contest last year in the state tournament. But Fargo North has a ton of talent and will be a team to look for out in the East. As West Fargo moves the ball around, trying to go down low to McGregor. McGregor, a little hook shot, no good, but off of Sem's hands as it's brought down by Tiedemann. McGregor, 3, no good. Ball, long rebound to Perry's. Perry's shot blocked by Schilling. Up with it is DeBoer, who gets it off his feet, picked up by McGregor. McGregor then fouled by DeBoer out at the half-court line and will go to the line for a 1-on-1. It'll be DeBoer's first personal 9th team foul. And I know the records right now don't show it on the boys' side, as West Fargo's 2-1 in the EDC, 2-2 overall. Fargo North 1-1 in overall, or I should say in the EDC 1-2 overall. Grand Forks, Red River, Fargo, Davies, a couple other teams from the EDC that are very good, Davies especially. But don't sleep on Fargo North as McGregor's first shot is up and no good. Leal, though, with the offensive board. Tiedemann with the ball, going down low to Leal. He gets it out to Perry's corner. 3, got it! Nick Perry's with his first points of the game, and it's a 3 from the corner down the other end. It's off of Schilling's hands, out of bounds, going back to West Fargo. Great hustle by Isaac Fitz to knock that ball off the hands of Schilling as DeBoer checks out, as does Schilling. Mahoza and Welk are in. Peter Haugo is in as well with both Sems, Matthew and Jeremiah. It's a 2-point lead for Fargo North, 24-22, our score. Perry's brings it up, hands off to McGregor, comes off a Leal screen. We'll give it off to Tiedemann. We'll go to the top of the key to Fitz. Corner, Perry's. We'll give it off to McGregor. McGregor, jump step into the paint, up and under shot, no good. Mahoza kind of checked up his shot. Ball loose in the front court, and that is going to be Fargo North ball. Jeremiah Sem was trying to get on the breakaway. Got tripped up accidentally. No foul on the call. Ball went off of a Packer. And Fargo North will retain possession underneath their own hoop. 26 to go on the shot clock. Dan Gutterson with you here on your live events broadcast of Class A boys basketball. Mahoza up and no good. Ball bounced around, brought down by Haugo, up with the left hand and good. Peter Haugo for 2. Phenomenal football player is Peter Haugo. Fargo North had a great football year as well. As a great drive up and under shot, no good from Fitz. Rebound brought down by Welk. Welk, the quarterback, he can't pick it up. And McGregor trying to come in and save it. Can't, gets into the hands of Sem. That's Matthew Sem, top of the key, crossover dribble. We'll call out Welk, the quarterback. Not only in this possession, but also for the Fargo North Spartans football team looking down low. We'll skip it across court to Matthew Sem. Wing, 3, got it! Matthew Sem now with 5, and it's a 7-point lead for the Spartans. Parries to McGregor. Left wing will bounce it over. 3 from Tiedemann, rattles home. Tiedemann was 6. And we're going to get a foul on the near baseline by McGregor, frustrated by the blocking call. It's McGregor's second personal, 6th team foul for the Packers, as they'll do a quick line change here. Into the game, Max foul, Max Shell, Boniface Loria. Staying in, Tiedemann and Fitz. So Parries, McGregor, and Leal find the bench. Welk with the ball, picks up his dribble on the wing, has to hand it off to Matthew Sem, guarded tightly by Shell out near the midcourt logo. Crosses over and then spins to lose his defender. Welk with the ball, Jeremiah Sem, backdoor cut, layup, good. Jeremiah Sem now with 10 points to lead all scorers as Max Shell, corner, 3, got it! So quickly down the other end of the court, West Fargo answers the Jeremiah Sem layup with a 3 of their own. It's 31-28. Jeremiah Sem picked up by Max Foul, and now it's Matthew Sem with the ball. Between the leg dribble, kicks it out. Welk, head fake, goes into the paint, running, right-hander, in and out, no good. Brought down by Loria. Skip pass ahead, picked up by Matthew Sem, who then runs into a referee, and then Max Shell will help him up on the other end. A 3 from Max Foul is good. Just incidental contact on that play, nothing you can do, as Matthew Sem was streaking up the floor. The referee got in the way. A bonus for West Fargo as Max Foul drains the 3 and ties up the game on the other end. Jeremiah Sem can't capitalize as Loria comes down with the rebound. A wild sequence. Max Shell, corner 3. No good. Loria running end-to-end, can't get the ball. Knocked out of his hand by Mahoza. Shell all up in Matthew Sem's grill, who gets rid of the ball. Well, quickly ahead to Haugo. Haugo picked up at midcourt by Foul, and a foul as bodies go flying all over this court. The foul is going to be a one-on-one attempt now for Peter Haugo as Max Foul picks up his first personal 7th team foul. And we need to catch our breath as Eric DeBoer is going to check on in here when the time is right with 3:39 to go. Tie game at 31 apiece. What a sequence there. As the referee running on the near baseline was backpedaling and in position to make sure he could have a right call. As the pass was coming up that near baseline, Matthew Sem ran into him full force, lost the ball, and a turnover went into the hands of West Fargo. First shot, no good, and now a travel by Max Shell as a turnover for West Fargo. The 3 for Haugo, by the way, no good on a 1-and-1, as that was the 7th team foul for West Fargo. Max Foul came down with the rebound, turnover Shell as the inbound comes into Jeremiah Sem, back to Welk, who's picked up by Max Shell. A lot of good, a lot of not so good by Max Shell today. He's an energy player off the bench as Jeremiah Sem has got problems at the top of the key. Poked away by Fitz, who streaks ahead, gives it back to Loria. Now we got DeBoer and Loria underneath the hoop, a jump ball, and the possession arrow will stay West Fargo. Into the game, Tony Leal for Loria, as Tiedemann will inbound it underneath his own hoop. 31-all is our score for West Fargo. Tied up with Fargo North here on your live event. Dan Gunnarsson bringing you tonight's broadcast along with Joey Hughes, a Fargo North grad. We know where his allegiance lies, but West Fargo trying to pull a road upset. Oh, Max Foul with a heady play. Went up in the air, then bounced off a Fargo North player. Completely legal. Couldn't make the shot. Tried to push it ahead as Fargo North. A turnover as Fitz comes up with the steal and the layup. Eric DeBoer trying to push it ahead. We've seen Isaac Fritz do that a couple of times. His first 2 points of the game and a lead for the Packers. 33-31. Mahoza into the paint, double team. Nice little between the legs pass to DeBoer, who goes up and in for 2. Fargo North ties it up. Max Foul over to Shell. Top of the key. Tiedemann, 3. No. Leal goes over the back of Mahoza, and it will be a 1-on-1 coming for Welcome For Leal, that's his second personal. And quickly off the bench will be Loria. Mahoza, who has 2 as well, will go to the line for a 1-on-1. Joe Rose checking into the game for Peter Haugo. So along with Mahoza, who has 2, Carter Zeller has 2, who hasn't seen the floor since the 14-10 mark. Fargo North has been able to weather the storm without him. On the other side, West Fargo, which really runs about 8 players out there, has McGregor, Tiedemann, and Leal all with 2 fouls. That shot up and no good. Rebound brought down by Loria, falls to the ground, trying to get rid of it. As Foul comes up with the ball, pushes ahead to Shell, who tips it to himself, will go up and in for the rebound. Mass chaos for West Fargo, but it appears that they like it that way, and Max Shell comes up with the charge. As Ethan Welk was trying to push the pace, he picks up his second foul. Max Shell all over the place for West Fargo. Gets the turnover. And West Fargo with possession and the lead with 2 minutes to go in this first half. Foul will hand it off to Shell. We'll give it over to Fitz, who will give it to Foul, who head fakes, gets into the painted area, gets it back out. Corner, 3, got it! Fitz knocks it down from deep, and he's got 5. And West Fargo has a 5-point lead. Welk almost travels with it, but gets it off to Rose. Down low to Mahoza. He's double teamed, looking for an outlet, cross court, Schilling, head fake, baseline, down to Rose, who's converged upon, ball loose, out of bounds, Fargo North ball, but the Packers are everywhere. Fargo North trying to survive this next minute 48 with largely right now a bench squad. In fact, the only starter out there for Fargo North is Schilling. Both Sams on the bench. Zeller with 2 fouls. We haven't seen Hogue since he rolled his ankle, and it's a turnover by DeBoer at the midcourt stripe. He can't believe it. But it was a correct call. He drug his pivot foot on the play, and a turnover for Fargo North. And Coach Hogue has seen enough. He's bringing in Matthew Sem. As Mahoza will take a seat. On the flip side, West Fargo. Again, they really only run out 8 players, but they're trying to end this half with just a couple of starters in Tiedemann and Fitz. Tiedemann, by the way, does have 2 fouls. Fitz does not. Shell tries to jive on Welk, and a blocking foul on Welk. And that's Welk's 3rd personal. Already Fargo North in the double bonus. So Welk, looks like Ho's going to have to stay with him potentially, but he now looks down the end of his bench. Jeremiah Sem is going to check in. Jeremiah Sem does not have any fouls as Shell puts that first one in. Shell now with 6. As Perry's is checked in for Tiedemann. Perry's, by the way, has 1 foul. And so West Fargo making sure that their starters with the most fouls don't pick up anymore. Shell puts another one in. He has 7. It's a 7-point lead for West Fargo at 40-33. DeBoer, corner 3, no. Rebound brought down by Loria. What a great job he's done off the bench. Perry's with the ball. Spin move into the paint. Goes right after Rose. Shot up. Good and 1! And West Fargo, a barrage. An onslaught here to end the first half as the foul is on Schilling. It's his 2nd personal. Perry's completes the 3-point play. He now has 6. It's a 10-point lead for the Packers. What a run for West Fargo. Matthew Sem almost lost the ball trying to get it across the midcourt stripe. Boy, Max Shell has been all over the place. Ball is loose near the stripe. Shell on Jeremiah Sem now. Sem, top of the key 3, trying to end the bleeding. No. Rose down low. Knocks the ball out to Matthew Sem. Matthew Sem goes down low to Rose, up and in for 2. Great recognition by Matthew Sem to get Rose an open bucket. Head fake by Tatum Fitz, I should say, who gets into the paint. No, but they're going to call a foul on the ground. I'm trying to see who this foul is on. It is on Jeremiah Sem, his first personal. Schilling almost picked up his third. He was in the area. I thought for a second that he held up all 5 fingers, as that shot is up and good for Isaac Fitz. He has 6. And one more coming for West Fargo. They've been at the foul line a lot in this first half, and they've capitalized. Great job by Fitz, who makes both. Down to the other end, we're under a minute to go. In fact, we're at about 35 seconds to go in this first half of action. As Schilling gets in the paint, Rose again going for the, oh my goodness, he went up and then off his leg. Great job at the rim by Isaac Fitz to meet him at the apex. West Fargo doesn't want these 18 minutes to come to a close. They're on fire as the Packers will hold for the last shot. Perry's comes across the timeline, looking to his bench for a little help, keeps his dribble, guarded out high by I should say Jeremiah Sam. Now they get it to Shell with 13 on the play clock to foul. Looks at a deep 3, decides against it. Now to Perry's. Give it to Fitz, comes off a screen at the elbow. 3 now seconds. Fitz, deep 3 up and no good as the clock hits 000. And West Fargo, last possession, comes up not, but the Packers, with a great end to that first half, go into the locker room with a 45-35 lead over the Spartans here at the Spartan Dome. We'll have a lot to discuss and dissect on our First Class Mortgage halftime show, so don't go anywhere. You're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's Jerrid.
Back here at the Spartan Dome, the FM Acro team getting ready for their halftime presentation. We had the younger group come in during the halftime of the girls' basketball game. This is what you would maybe call the varsity squad. They do a great job, and we'll get an opportunity to watch them during this halftime show, which is brought to you by First Class Mortgage. First Class Mortgage is more than just our company name. It's the way we do business. Whether you're buying a new home or refinancing your existing mortgage, our dedicated team takes the time to understand your financial situation. We provide first-class service, first-class knowledge, and a first-class experience at the lowest interest rate. For more information, go online to firstclasscorp.com. That's firstclasscorp.com, First Class Mortgage. And what a first half we had in tonight's game between Fargo North and West Fargo. Just to maybe bring things into perspective, do a little bit of a recap for you here between these two Fargo North EDC teams that really are looking to make some noise during the EDC season. They're going to be challenged by Grand Forks River. They're going to be challenged by Fargo Davies. But we expect quite a bit of action from these two teams. A very veteran team in West Fargo, a young but very athletic team in Fargo North. And we really saw those two things play out in the first half tonight, where Fargo North really came out on fire, moving the ball up and down the court, causing issues for West Fargo. Built themselves up to about a 7-point lead. Jeremiah Sem almost had what would have been probably the dunk of the year on an alley-oop attempt. Ended up being fouled on the play. But two things that really, I think, hurt Fargo North in their opportunity to try and pull away early from West Fargo. The first came at the 14-10 mark when Carter Zeller was called for his second foul. That was just about 4 minutes into that first half. He didn't see the floor the rest of the half. The other part that came up, which really hurt Fargo North, and I think more so than Carter Zeller's exit, is Bodie Hogue and his injury about 2 minutes after the fact. And that is really where we saw Fargo North start to have trouble, kind of move the ball with efficiency and clarity, and West Fargo started to pick away and get back into this game. And one thing to remember, West Fargo plays a ton of seniors. In fact, everybody on their starting lineup outside of Tony Leal is a senior. Everybody they bring off the bench outside of Boniface Loria is a senior as well. They've been here before. Remember, they won state 2 years ago, took second last year. They're familiar with how these games will ebb and flow. And really, once Fargo North and Coach Hogue decided to go more towards that bench squad, towards that end of the first half, that created the issues for Fargo North. And West Fargo started to pull away and got to the point where we're at right now with a 45-35 lead at the break. Let's just kind of run through some scoring stats right now for both teams. We'll start with West Fargo. What a balanced scoring barrage that they put on tonight. Their leading scorer so far, Tony Leal, with 8 points. A majority of those came from the free throw stripe, which I'll get to in just a moment. But you had 7 from Isaac Fitz. You had 7 from Max Schell. You had 6 from Cole Tiedemann, Peyton McGregor, and Nick Perrys. And 3 from Max Fowl, along with Loria, who had 2. A lot of these came from the free throw line as well. Fargo North got into some foul trouble. We'll call that out when we go through their stats. But West Fargo got to the line and delivered. I believe they missed 1, if maybe 2 free throws that entire first half. Great job from the stripe to capitalize on the free ones. On the flip side, we look at Fargo North and their scoring output. 10 points from Jeremiah Sem to lead the way. We had 5 points from both Matthew Sem, and Joe Rose. 4 points chipped in by Welcome Mahosa. 3 points from Bode Hogue and David Schilling, and then 2 points from Peter Haugo. This is where the issue is for Fargo North. They run a much deeper bench, so they can throw bodies out if there is a problem when it comes to foul trouble. But right now, as you look, there are 4 players on the team with 3 or less fouls. 3 fouls so far for Ethan Welk. 2 fouls for Carter Zeller, Welcome Mahosa, and David Schilling. Here's why this could be an issue for Mahosa and Welk. We don't know the status of Bodie Hogue coming back into that second half. Will he play? It's tough to say. We didn't see him the remainder of the first half. Ankles, when rolled, get cold. It might be a stretch to see him, but we will wait and see. If he doesn't come back in, we're going to see some sharing when it comes to the ball handling between your Sem brothers, between David Schilling, and potentially you may need to see Ethan Welk out there as well. How much he plays with those 3 fouls is going to be an interesting conversation. On the other side, because of Carter Zeller's 2 fouls, I guarantee you're going to see a lot of entry passes into Tony Leal. It would be a really detriment to Fargo North's comeback attempt if Zeller doesn't have the opportunity to play a long stretch of time. Remember, he sat a majority of that first half. If he can't play, you're going to turn to Joe Rose, who has no fouls, which is great for him. But you also might have to turn to Welcome Mahosa, who has 2. So that is something to watch for as well in that second half for Fargo North and West Fargo apiece. It will be a great contest to see as we get towards the end of this game, and one that's going to have some really fun implications as the EDC continues to move along. We're early on in this season, ladies and gentlemen, but this is a fun contest between a couple of teams that really we expect to be quite good this year and to have some impact on the EDC schedule. We expect them to be some state qualifying teams as well. When we come back, we'll take a look at other games that are going on around in the EDC, give you an update on the standings and recap the earlier game from tonight with the girls contest between West Fargo and Fargo North. You're watching the First Class Mortgage Halftime Show on your live event.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain an industry leader. Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit dagelman.com to view our openings.
Back here at the Spartan Dome and the First Class Halftime Show. Dan Gunnarsson with you along with Joey Hughes, who's trying to see if he can look up some EDC scores for us. Boys contest tonight. It's a whole slate. West Fargo Cheyenne is at Devil's Lake. Grand Forks Red River at West Fargo Horace. Wapton's at Grand Forks Central. West Fargo High, obviously, at Fargo North tonight. We're calling that game. Shanley's at Fargo Davies. And then Valley City at Jamestown. Many of those are coming as double headers. That included a doubleheader that started tonight with the girls basketball game featuring West Fargo and Fargo North. West Fargo came in after getting a victory in last night's contest, a makeup game against Valley City, 77-48. They were led in scoring by Chloe Fow as they picked up their 5th victory of the season, 76-48. Chloe Fow poured in 23 points. She was joined by Taylor Van Winkle and Mariley Simon, who both added 13 as well. For the Packers, another victory means another point in the EDC win column. 4 total so far, 0 losses. It also brings their overall record to 5-1. West Fargo High, a very solid team on the girls' side, and one that is going to be expected to do a lot when it comes to the tournament side of things in February and March. These two teams are expected to have a lot of impact come February and March. And they have a lot to figure out in the next 18 minutes of game action here from the Spartan Dome. When we come back, we'll get you the rest of tonight's contest between the Spartans and the Packers. Thank you for watching the First Class Mortgage Halftime Show here on your live event.
Kate's Kennels, located in Castleton, North Dakota. We offer boarding for all of your furry companions. Whether you're going on vacation or you have an emergency, we are here for you. We know they are a member of your family, and we will treat them as if they were one of our own. Kennel tours are always welcome. Check us out on Facebook at Kate's Kennels or visit our website at kateskennels.com. Give us a call at 701-347-4176 for all your furry friend boarding needs.
Fact. High schools need every sports official they can find. Want to ensure that kids keep playing? Become an official and a leader. Over 25,000 North Dakota student athletes participate in statewide school-sponsored sports programs. Sports provide students with real-time training for real life. Teamwork and planning under pressure provide our young men and women with skills that will serve them throughout their lives. Without officials, high school sports wouldn't exist. It may be more.
Since 1981, Park Christian School has been educating the next generation of leaders in the Fargo, Moorhead, and West Fargo area. Park Christian's thoroughly Christian education and commitment to academic excellence has resulted in a confident tradition of student success. Students graduate from Park Christian School strong in their faith and well prepared for the rigors of college, career, and relationships. Call 218-236-0500 to schedule your visit or go online to parkchristianschool.org.
Welcome back to the Spartan Dome. Dan Gunnarsson here on your live event. Joey Hughes, our cameraman tonight, the Fargo North grad, and Fargo North in a hole here to start the second half. Down 10, 45 to 35 is our score. Couple things to look for in this second half as we prepare you for the next 18 minutes. On the Fargo North side, it's simply about getting Carter Zeller back in my opinion. Yeah, I think the fouls will take care of themselves, truly, for Fargo North. But Carter Zeller is an anchor down low, and they really need that young man back in so he can create havoc down low. That, to me, is where we might see this game turn into the Spartan side, and it's simple, but that's the point. It's an effective measure when you get one of your best players back into the game. On the West Fargo side, I had the opportunity to talk to one of the parents of the players before this game, and he said, look for frenetic pace and chaos. And that's what West Fargo has to continue to do. They don't have the size at the guard position that Fargo North does, but they certainly have the effort and the energy, and that is something that has to stay intact for West Fargo as they continue to try and pull off a road victory. So expect that pace to continue for the Packers in this second half. As both teams get ready to come out of their huddles, here's how the second half will look for both squads. We'll start with the home team, and so we know Jeremiah Sem, David Schilling, Welcome Mahoza, Matthew Sem, and Carter Zeller will be starting. That means Bodie Hogue not seeing action in the second half. I would imagine that his night is done as Fargo North will start with the ball. For West Fargo, it'll be their first five starters, and Nick Perry's, Peyton McGregor, Cole Tiedemann, Isaac Fitz, and Tony Leal. As the turnover for Fargo North starts their first possession of the second half, and West Fargo will get into their offensive set. McGregor looking down low to Leal, who's collapsed on by Matthew Sem. Retains possession, getting it out corner. McGregor, three, off iron, no good. Rebound, Jeremiah Sem. He'll push it ahead for the Spartans. Crossover gets in the paint. Nice little Euro step to get himself free for a shot. No good on the play. Rebound brought down by McGregor. Zeller does crash into him. Doesn't get called for the foul. McGregor coast to coast and one. And McGregor's down. Landed hard on his back after putting that in. And then is helped up to his feet by his team. McGregor fouled on that play by Mahoza, who picks up his third foul. And he'll go to line for an and one. We talked about McGregor a little bit in pregame, just the athlete that he is. Not only was he first team all EDC, but he's first team all state as the wideout for the Packers this year. Set a school record in receiving yards with 882. and had 47 receptions, which was also a school record. Has a brother that's on the team as well, Keaton, as that shot is up and good. And Peyton limping a little bit, but we'll watch that as it progresses throughout the second half. Now extends the lead for West Fargo to 13. Tough young man. Might be playing at a Division II college near you next year on the gridiron. Turnaround shot by Schilling is good, and he opens the scoring in the second half for Fargo North. Quickly ahead the other way is the Packers. They'll put it out to the top of the key. McGregor will set things up. Leal, he jumps out, gets into the paint. Jump step goes up against Zeller, and Schilling can't finish. Rebound Schilling. Head to Jeremiah Sem. Nice little behind the back. Crossover top of the key. Thought about it. Will spin into the paint. Nice defense, though, by Tiedemann as Mahosa has it. Try to drive baseline. Handoff. Schilling. Wing three. Rattles home. David Schilling. 5 points to start the second half for Fargo North. Tiedemann tries to answer. Top of the key. Cannot. Rebound Sem. Quickly ahead to Matthew. He slows things down. He's looking down low for Zeller, who gets it. Leal tried to go through him. Zeller retains possession, gets into a double team. Nice cut by Mahosa, who gets baseline. Straight up defense by Leal, who has it knocked out of bounds off of West Fargo. Will stay with Fargo North. 2 minutes into this second half. Spartans trail 48-40. 5 points from David Schilling. As North gets set. Inbound to Zeller. Back to Jeremiah Sam. And now we're going to get, oh no, a screen on Zeller, his third. I should say an offensive foul on Zeller on setting the screen. 15:57 to go in this game, and Zeller picks up his third. Mahosa's got 3. Ethan Welk has 3. And now Carter Zeller with 3. West Fargo gets into their offensive set. Fitz drives baseline. He's trapped. Double team, kicks it out. Top of the key. McGregor will drive into the paint, trying to find some room. Kicks it corner. Moving the ball around is West Fargo. Leal tried to go through the legs of Zeller. Good defense to push ahead to Mahosa. Mahosa, he's going to go up for 2. No, but a foul on McGregor will send him to the line. That's McGregor's third. First team foul of the second half, by the way. And Mahosa, who has 3 fouls as well, to go along with his 4 points, will head to the line for 2. First one is up, and no. Max foul will check into the game for Tony Leal. West Fargo choosing to go with a smaller lineup. Max foul. So the second shot is up and no good. Does play guard, but he'll play down low as well as he brings the ball up. Corner. 3. Tiedemann no, as Fitz comes crashing in, but Zeller comes down with the board. Fargo North moving around. You can see the height advantage. Zeller to foul as fronting Zeller. Skip pass over to Schilling. He has all 5 points in the second half for the Spartans. Matthew, or I should say Jeremiah Sam at the top of the key, guarded tightly by McGregor. Rises up for 3 and knocks it down. Can't really play better defense than McGregor did, and Jeremiah Sam puts it in for 3. Skip it over. Fitz for 3 for an answer. No, back iron. Long rebound to Schilling, ahead to Zeller. Zeller guarded by Fitz. He goes into his body, up and in for 2. Timeout. Fargo North will call the quick 30-second timeout, and we'll break with him as well. Nice little run here to start the second half for Fargo North as they've climbed back into this, trailing 48-45. You're watching Class A Boys Basketball on your live event.
We're Jim and Bernie Berkemeyer, and we're inviting you on a holiday vacations tour. Escape the Minnesota winter, March 10th through 19th, as we become immersed in Hawaiian culture and take in the breathtaking views of Oahu, Kauai, and Maui. Enjoy a balance of scheduled must-see attractions and free time to relax in paradise. Visit holidayvacations.com. keyword RJ for more information.
Back here at the Spartan Dome on your live event. Fargo North has come out of the half with a 10-3 run and has cut that 10-point lead down to 3 for West Fargo, and then picks up the Packers full court. West Fargo is able to break it as Perry's almost travels. Max Schell is into the game as well now. As he has it in the corner. 3 on its way. Mahoza, I think, got a hand on it, but Max Foul came away with that ball as Perry's has it. Shot clock didn't reset, so a pass down low to Schell, and nope. Oh, so one of the referees is saying he wants to reset the shot clock. I don't think that ball hit rim, nor did Fargo North come up with possession. So the game stopped because the far referee said we needed to reset the shot clock, but I don't think we do. And I believe that's what the conversation is going to conclude with, that we'll stay at 9 seconds. Oh. Okay, 12. So they gave 3 seconds back. So West Fargo, because of the whistle, will get to inbound underneath their own hoop. Into the corner is Foul. Foul gives it back into the corner. Tiedemann, corner 3, no. West Fargo has gone cold. Fargo North on the other end doing a great job as Jeremiah Sem gets into the paint. No! Charge! As Jeremiah Sem had a great drop-off pass to Zeller, who collected his first 2 points prior to the timeout of the game, is called for the charge. And a turnover for Fargo North. Their 3rd team foul of the half, by the way. Jeremiah Sem's 2nd. But a turnover as West Fargo, and now another foul by Matthew Sem. And this one's on Perry's. Or I should say on Matthew Sem. Perry's was the one who was fouled. That's, let's see here, 2 on Matthew Sem. You're only given 5 during a game. 3 in the second half, not quite a cause for panic. You get to 4. And now we have to have a conversation. Turnover at the top of the key as Matthew Sem picks off the shell pass, avoids the strip, and puts it in for 2. Matthew Sem now puts us to a 1-point game. Shot up, no good as Max Schell down low on Mahoza. Trying to out-jump him for the rebound. Doesn't, but Mahoza has it go off his hand and out of bounds. Possession stays with West Fargo. Making a 12-3 run now for Fargo North. 3, corner, Perry's! Knocks it down. So Fargo North's full court press hasn't created turnovers, but I think it is causing problems for West Fargo to get into the offense. But that 3 from Perry's helps stop the bleeding, if only for a little bit. Jeremiah Sem, top of the key, gets into the paint. Zeller up for 2, no good. Great contest by Fitz. Ahead to Perry's, who will bring it back up to the top of the key. Fitz, Tiedemann, look to the corner. No, will drive, baseline. He's converged upon. Gives it out to Fitz. Fitz into the paint. Skip it over, no, it's knocked out of his hands, and a turnover for Fargo North. Zeller with the ball will slow things down. And here comes Jeremiah Sem. 51-47, Sem. Great ball handling skills. But West Fargo doing a great job to stay home when he makes those moves. Ball lost, now a foul is going to be called. And we'll see what the call is. It's on Max Foul, and it's a reach. So Foul will pick up his 2nd personal, 2nd team foul. A couple substitutions. Peter Halgo in for Fargo North. Boniface Loria in for West Fargo. Matthew Sem to inbound to Zeller underneath. Zeller up and in for 2. Zeller now with 4 as West Fargo gets it ahead quickly before Fargo North can set up that full court press. Driving baseline was Foul. Cut off by Zeller. Great defense. Ahead to Matthew Sem for the alley-oop to Jeremiah. No! In and out, and quickly back the other way as West Fargo. Add to the elbow. Loria back out. Perry's 3. Why not? Perry's now with 12, his 2nd 3 of the half, makes it 54-49. Jeremiah Sem rising up, shot no good. Zeller with the rebound. To Haugo, into the paint, no, but a foul. Foul is on Isaac Fitz, his first personal, third team foul. Haugo will go to the line to shoot 2. (54-49) our score, as Haugo, the lefty, shot up no good. Into the game for West Fargo, Tony Leal, Peyton McGregor. You also have Ethan Welk checking in for Fargo North. Because Zeller has avoided picking up a 4th foul, we haven't seen Joe Rose into this contest, as Haugo's second one is up and good. Joe Rose, who played a majority of that second half along with Welcome Mahosa because of the foul trouble for Zeller. West Fargo moving it around, up by 4. Zone defense shown here by Fargo North. Great ball movement by West Fargo. The shot up by Lil, no good. Max foul. Great job underneath, though, to get the long rebound and put it back up and in for 2. Welk with the ball at the top of the key at the logo. Will dribble left-handed. Pick up his dribble, trying to go down to Zeller. Zeller one-on-one with Leal. Will dribble into the paint with the right hand. Head fake, go up and under with the left. Beautiful move by Zeller, who now has 6 points all in this half. Parries, a couple three-pointers from him. Great ball movement by West Fargo. Job by McGregor to find Leal underneath. Leal can't finish. Welk blocking foul, as Foul tried to pick him up at the half-court stripe. Foul thought he got him for the charge, but they call the block. Coach of West Fargo, Adam Plazowski. Not quite sure on that one. Plazowski, I should say. Either way, it's fouls, 3rd personal, and 4th team foul. And possession stays with the Spartans as they move it around the top of the key. Jeremiah Sem guarded by McGregor. Looking for some opportunity. Now we're getting a reach-in foul on Foul. That's his 4th foul. 4th personal, 5th team foul. And Foul will have to find a seat on the bench. All those fouls on Fargo North, and it's a West Fargo Packer who finds the 4th foul first. Tiedemann and Fitz check back in for West Fargo. Leal, McGregor, and Loria for the Packers to round out their 5. Jeremiah Sem, top of the key, waves off the Haugo screen. He wants to go McGregor, one-on-one, spin move into the paint. He's double-teamed, goes up through the contact, and good! Jeremiah Sem, now with 16 points, will go to the line to try and make it 17. As the foul on McGregor is a 16 foul on West Fargo, and his 4th. Not quite to the halfway point of this half, and West Fargo has foul trouble. McGregor tonight, 9 points. But more importantly, his defensive prowess and his ability to guard the ball at the top of the key makes it difficult for guards to get into their offense for Fargo North, as Jeremiah Sem's free throw makes it a 1-point game. Coach Hogue says timeout. Let's talk about it. Full one. We'll take one as well. 56-55 your score with 10-11 to go in the second half. You're watching Class A North Dakota Boys Basketball on your live event.
This is Chris from RDK Enterprises, your local precision planting dealer. Manage what you can to overcome what you cannot. Farming is all about preparing your operation to be successful when given an opportunity. Invest a few minutes and bring in your seed meters to be reconditioned and calibrated. We have some room, so give us a call and we can help you overcome those simple obstacles. RDK Enterprises, 636-2119, 636-2119, or planterdoc.com.
I'm really happy here because on a daily basis when I get here, I'm so excited to work with the people around me.
I thoroughly like walking through the door and seeing everybody. It's just a great place to work.
Every Sunday I'm ready to come to work Monday morning. Like, we laugh and we joke, but we get work done. But I've never had a bad day here.
Your live event, broadcasting not only Class A boys basketball, but Class B boys basketball as well. We're going to be with you throughout what plans to be a fantastic boys and girls season throughout the region, both Minnesota and North Dakota. Hockey, wrestling as well. Your live event does it all. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors for giving us this opportunity to bring you high school athletics in the Red River Valley. Turnover out of the timeout. Fargo North back with the ball, and they almost turn it over as they were trying to get into their offense. As Ethan Welk drives to the left side to Zeller, who's high away from the paint, but he'll dribble into his favorite spot on the post. Picks up his dribble, has to go top of the key to Sem with 9 seconds on the shot clock. Calls to the screen, gets it, brings back the screen. Step back, three, no, off iron, no good. Long rebound, Welk tracks it down to the hands of Jeremiah Sem. Jeremiah Sem for three, no, but a foul. As Cole Tiedemann picks up his third, Jeremiah Sem will go to the line to shoot three. Three free throws and an opportunity to give Fargo North a lead. They trailed at the break 45 to 35, and that free throw ties things up, and it's .17 now for Jeremiah Sem. That one, .18, gives them the lead. Other scores around the EDC, Grand Forks Central leads Wapton 50 to 37, about 10 minutes left in the second half there. Davies leads Shanley 53-45 with 8 minutes left in the second half. And Red River leads West Fargo Horace 77 to 61, just over a minute left to go in that contest. Here, it's Fargo North with a 58-56 lead as Jeremiah Sem capitalizes on three of his free ones. And Fargo North, after trailing by 10 at the break, has recaptured a lead. Perry's trying to change that with a wing three, no. And a rebound attempt by Loria is for naught, as Ethan Welk had great position, and Loria picks up his first. And 8th team foul, which means Ethan Welk will go to the line for one-on-one. Bonus here on out for the Spartans with 9:06 to go in the game. You've seen a lull from West Fargo, in large part because they just haven't had an opportunity to get into their offense on the other side. They haven't had an opportunity to run with the ball. Credit the press from Fargo North. Credit their shot-making ability at the rim specifically to be able to get into those sets as well, as Welk's first one is up and good. As Schilling will check on in for Haugo. Second one on the way for Welk. But they've really controlled the tempo of this second half. And credit to them and Coach Hogue for setting this up. And they're not going to get out of this press because West Fargo, while they haven't turned it over, has really impacted their ability to get after the hoop. And they trail by 4. It's 60 to 56. Nice cut into Loria. Shot up. Good and one! Carter Seller got caught with his hand down. Loria said man down. Put it in for two. And the foul. That's Carter Zeller's fourth, and that might be the worst thing that could have happened to Fargo North. Because with him in this game, he was creating issues both on offense and defense down in the paint. 30-second timeout by West Fargo. We'll break with them as well. Your score with 8:53 to go in the game. Fargo North 60, West Fargo 58. You're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event.
I'm dreaming of a world where the crack of a bat is not just a hobby, but a lifestyle. Where I can build upon long traditions from the ground up. I want to work in an industry where all people can make their own field of dreams become reality. I'm going to elevate the world of sports someday.
Dan Gunderson back here with you at the Spartan Dome. Great contest so far. Just got past the halfway point of the second half. Fargo North with a 60-58 lead. Coming out of that timeout from West Fargo, Boniface Loria to finish the and one. It's up and off iron, no good. Leal down low, couldn't get the rebound. Schilling comes down with it. Quickly ahead is Sem the other way. Ball on the ground. Skip pass over as he regains possession to Welk for three. No. Rebound, Loria. Ahead the other way. Perry's thought about a corner three, decides against it. Tries to go down well to Loria, or I should say Leal, who's hit in the mouth. On the turnover ahead is Matthew Sem. Leal says he's okay. Sem, he's fine as well as he puts it up and in for two. His first bucket of the second half. And trying to get through the double team is Fitz, does into the hands of Tiedemann. Skip it over to Loria, hand off to Perry's, back top of the key, down low to Loria. Loria underneath against Mahosa, can't finish. Rebound knocked out of there by Schilling. Quickly ahead to Sam, but that one is thrown well out of bounds by Ethan Welk. Quarterback on the football field, not so much in that attempt on the basketball court. A little wide right on the pass. West Fargo with a couple players with 4 fouls, both Max Fow and Peyton McGregor. They've seen extended time on the bench as West Fargo looks to either tie or take a, or I should say, try to cut into this 4-point deficit. Perry's on the run, no good on the shot as it went off glass. Rebound Leal, his putback is knocked out of bounds by Jeremiah Sem. 13 seconds to go in the shot clock. Possession for the Packers, inbound coming underneath their own hoop. Down low to Leal. Leal goes up for two, good and one. Mahosa picks up his 4th personal, 6th team foul, and Tony Leal with his first bucket of the second half. And the balanced scoring of West Fargo continues. Leal now in double figures. Great free throw shooter as well as he knocks that one in. Makes it a 1-point game. Welk will bring it up. He crosses the timeline. Either looking for a screen or a drive. Takes the drive, brings it back out, hangs on to possession, gives it to Jeremiah Sem. Corner, 3, why not? 22 for Jeremiah Sem. Perry's down the other way, running right-hander up and good. Perry's now with 8 in the half, 14 for the game to lead West Fargo's squad in scoring. 65-63 our score. Schilling. Skip it over to Welk. Looks down low to Mahosa, who's guarded tightly by Leal. Puts up a contested shot brought down by Perry's. West Fargo will slow things down. Quickly ahead the other way. Looking down low to Leal is Fitz, decides against it. Perry's looking at a deep 3, comes off the screen. Will drive into the paint, looks for the kick out to Tiedemann. Now into the paint is Fitz, who loses the ball, comes up with it, then knocked away by Sem, but we're going a kick by Green. So North will get possession as Max Schell will check in. And now Carter Zeller with 6:39 checks into this game with 4 fouls. Max Schell, who hasn't seen much of the floor in the second half. Great first half with 7 points from him. He's got fouls to give. And a foul at the top of the key, about 30 feet away from the hoop, committed by Isaac Fitz. He has fouls to give as well, only his 2nd personal, but it's a 9th team foul. And to the line for a 1-on-1 will be Jeremiah Sem with his 22 points, 12 of which have come here in the second half. And the way that this game has flowed, it doesn't feel like Jeremiah Sem should have 22 points. He hasn't gone on some crazy scoring burst. He's done it within the flow of the game, as that one is up and good. But he's done it at some really opportune times for the Spartans. Trying to make it a 2-possession lead with 6:28 to go. Nothing but net. Fitz will bring the ball up the court. Left hand into the paint, stops out to Shell. Goes top of the key to Lil. Over to Tiedemann. Top of the key. Fitz. Loria, corner. Head fake drives into the paint. Zeller there to take the charge. So a turnover for West Fargo, and Loria picks up his second personal. Loria, Tiedemann find the bench. Foul, and McGregor, and their 4 fouls find the floor for West Fargo. It feels like a pretty critical point in this game for the Packers. They haven't had much going for them. They need a spark. Can McGregor and foul provide it? McGregor's got 4 fouls, has to be careful. Sem to Zeller to Matthew Sem. Nice pick and roll. Put on by Sem and Zeller as Zeller goes up and in for 2. He has 8, and the lead is 6 for Fargo North. Ball dribbled off the foot of Fitz as Jeremiah Sem went to save it, tried to throw it off the back of Fitz, who went with them. Unsuccessful in that attempt, will stay Packers ball. No possession change means no shot clock change. Inbound to McGregor. Right wing. Looks to drive. Spin move into the paint. Head fake. Shot. Blocked. And here comes West Fargo North. Matthew Sem gets to the top of the key. Gives it over to Welk to Jeremiah Sem. West Fargo spreads out. Screen and roll with Zeller. Can't find him. McGregor stays on Sem. Sem knows he's got 4. Drives into the paint. No good. Put back up. No good. Zeller with the ball. Zeller up for 2. Good. Zeller now with 10. The lead's 8. Fargo North pulling away. West Fargo at the 5-minute mark needs an answer. Hand off to foul. Shell. Corner. 3. Off iron, no good. Shell tried to get the board. It's knocked out of there, but McGregor comes up with the ball. Running shot off Zeller, no good. Ball into the hands of Welk. Welk wants to push. Overhead to Sem. Corner. 3. Got it! Got it! The lead is 11. Jeremiah Sem has 27 points, and Fargo North may have put in an early dagger. We'll break with your score. Spartans 74, Packers 63. You're watching your live event, boys basketball, on your live event.
Stay up to date with the latest goings-on in the region with the Coaches Show every Wednesday night on YourLiveEvent.com.
Goes deep down the middle, has a man, Soka Porter! Soka Porter to the 20, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down there.
We'll dive into the latest stories from North Dakota and Minnesota.
And there's the block by Reese.
That's the Coaches Show with me, Joe Lancello, on YourLiveEvent.com every Wednesday night starting at 7.
Jeremiah Sem is going to be playing basketball at the next level. But tonight, unfortunately for West Fargo, he's still a Fargo North Spartan. And for that reason, he's put West Fargo in an 11-point hole. 27 points for Sem as we come out of the timeout. West Fargo needs an answer. Almost got it. from Fitz. Can't put it in, but Leal with the offensive board and the putback. And a full court pressure put on by the Packers. They need stops. They've cut it to a 9-point deficit. Jeremiah Sem with 27 points on the night, 17 of those in this half. What a pass by Welk to Zeller. Zeller now with 12. As quickly around the other way as Foul. Foul loses the ball, and we're going to get a looking for a call here. We're going to get a foul for a hold. So that's on Jeremiah Sem, his third personal, 7th team foul. Max foul to the line for 1-on-1. First one is up, no good. Rebound brought down by Zeller. Matthew Sem will bring it up for the Spartans. Looking to get in the paint. Oh, beautiful layup attempt, no good. And now he's behind the play. It's a quick 4-on-5, but now a turnover as a charge on Tiedemann as Jeremiah Sem stood his ground as Tiedemann had a Packer in the corner. And as he was giving it up, ends up getting called for the charge, and I apologize. That one's on Fitz, his third personal, and a 10th team foul. Still, obviously, double bonus. And a 30-second timeout. No, a full timeout for West Fargo. We'll take one as well. 76-65 your score. You're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event.
In Hope, North Dakota, we aren't just a town, we're a community, one that you can be proud of, where you and your family can grow. With available jobs, affordable housing, a local golf course and pool, the Sportsman Club, and great educational opportunities, there hasn't been a better time to join the Hope community, ideally located between Fargo, Grand Forks, and Jamestown. For more information, go to www.hopend.com. Live, work, and play in Hope, North Dakota.
Back here at the Spartan Dome, want to make sure and remind you to stay tuned for the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. We hopefully have the opportunity to talk with one of the head coaches. Whoever wins this game, we'll make sure and grab the head coach of that team. We'll also announce our Enbridge Energy Player of the Game and our RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game. Updates from around the EDC. Grand Forks Central beats Wahpeton 59-37. Fargo Davies with a win over Fargo Shanley 77-57. Grand Forks Red River with a victory over West Fargo Horace 77-61. Here, coming out of the timeout, Fargo North with a quick football pass down to Zeller, goes up and under for 2. Carter Zeller has been the difference. 14 points in this half so far as Fitz looks to answer with a 3 and does. Needed that, did West Fargo. Fitz, first bucket of the half, in fact, for the Packers. Down the other way is Fargo North quickly into the front court is Zeller. Spin move by Sem, who loses his feet. And turnover as it's picked up by Tiedemann, or I should say by Fitz. And then a foul on Matthew Sem. And his third personal, 8th team foul. Matthew Sem can't believe it, but I'm guessing he can't believe that's not his brother. And I think that's what he's most upset about. One-on-one coming from Fitz, who puts it up and in. Fitz, who had a pretty strong first half with 7 points, held out of the second half scoring sheet until a 3 on the last possession, and now the back end of a 1-on-1, looking to make it an 8-point contest, and does. West Fargo hoping to create some turnovers as Welk looks to get it in. Thought about a football or baseball pass, throws it down that length as Matthew Sem went up for the ball, couldn't get it, turnover. West Fargo North quickly head the other way as McGregor. McGregor thought about going at Zeller, brings it back out. Now we'll try to take him into the paint, looking for a cutter, kicks it out, Fitz. Foul, head fake, gets into the paint. We'll go corner. McGregor, three, in and out. No, foul. Trying to go up for the rebound with Zeller. Comes into the hands of Welk. Welk thought he was fouled, no call. But he gets the rebound at midcourt. Give it back to Jeremiah Sim. Jeremiah Sim, charge! Boy, Keaton McGregor not backing down. I should say Peyton McGregor not backing down from a fight. That man has 4 fouls. Jeremiah Sim tried to go through and picks up his 4th on the turnover. And it will be West Fargo ball. Glimmer of hope still for the Packers, down 8 with 2:47 to go. Fitz with the ball. Across the timeline. Gets it over to Tiedemann. He'll drive baseline. Slapped away by Schelling as the ball is on the floor. We're going to get a jump ball. Possession arrow. Believe it's West Fargo. It is. Nice job by Schilling to knock the ball out of the hands of Tiedemann as he drove baseline. As we'll get Tony Leal to check on in for Max Schell. And all 4 starters outside of, I should say, Max Fow's the only non-starter that's in this game right now. Down low, into Leal. Leal double teamed as Schilling goes after it. Goes up for 2, no good. Rebound brought down by Schilling. Schilling, last 2 possessions defensively, has been all over. Great job by him to cause chaos. The double team down low on that one. The slapping of the ball away on the last possession. Here's an alley-oop! Oh, my! Sem squared! Matthew to Jeremiah. And that may have been the dagger right there, folks. Jeremiah Sem with the highlight of the night. Payne McGregor. Fadeaway shot, no good. Leal with the rebound. Shot up and no good. Zeller comes down with the board. And we're going to get a foul going the other way. It's on McGregor. His night has come to a conclusion. As that is his 5th foul. Unfortunately for the senior, played very well tonight. Had 6 points in the first half, 3 in the second, but he'll have to take a seat on the bench as Carter Zeller will go to the line to shoot 2. Carter Zeller tonight, by the way, up to 14 points, but remember, all of these have come in the second half. Carter Zeller sat a majority of the first half as he picked up his 2nd foul with 14:10 to go. It was within that half that West Fargo was able to race out to a 10-point lead at the break. But since then, it has been all Spartans for the last 16 minutes and change. They're looking to close out the last 2 minutes as this pass goes off of Loria's head as Fowl was looking for Perry's in the corner, out of bounds. Turnover Packers. Matthew Sem gets it up to the front court, into the paint, shot up, no good. Loria with the rebound. Fitz ahead. Perry's corner 3, no good. Zeller high with the board and a foul, going the other way. Foul's on foul, and that's his 5th. So Max Schell will check in. And 2 shots coming from Carter Zeller. Looking to add to 16 points. Does. That one's good as well. Timeout. For Fargo North, 84-70 our score. We'll keep it right here. Give you an update onto what will most likely transpire by the end of this game in terms of records. So Fargo North up 14 with 1:29 to go, barring a miracle. We'll move to 2-2 overall and 2-1 in the EDC. West Fargo, in contrast, with a defeat, will move to 2-2 overall. I should say 3-2 overall, 2-2 in the EDC. Now remember, they're playing on the back end of a back-to-back. And something that out of their control, obviously last week, we're supposed to play Valley City. Didn't get the opportunity to because of weather. And now are in this position to have to go back-to-back games. And, the game against Valley City went their way, a 96-75 victory for West Fargo. But still, Fargo North has a lot of talent, and you needed to bring the energy. In the first half, you felt it. In the second half, didn't really feel that West Fargo brought the same type of energy. But credit Fargo North for coming back and really tightening things down defensively. Love the full court press they picked up about a quarter of a way into that second half, as a foul committed by Matthew Sem, his fourth, leads to a free throws on the other end for Fitz. But Fargo North really pulled away. Jeremiah Sem had a couple highlight reel plays for his team, as Fitz puts that in. Now has 13 for West Fargo. Ball loose on the deck, picked up by Fitz. He's going to go the other way, go one-on-one against Welk, and blocking foul on Welk. So Fitz is not resigned to the fact that this game is over, and maybe we can call it an announcer jinx if West Fargo is able to pull a dramatic comeback, as Fitz's free throw is up and good. And this is why this Packers team is going to be a tough out for really any team that they play. They don't run deep, but they can run hard. Boy, almost a turnover on that play, as Sem got it into Welk. Down low, Zeller. Zeller, dunk! Speaking of a man who's had a big half, as this three's on its way from Tiedemann, no good. Rebound by Jeremiah Sem. Under a minute to go. Trying to get away from Shell. Finally does get across the court. Double team over to Welk. Welk guarded and then fouled by Fitz with 49 seconds to go. Fitz is fourth. Fitz with 15 leads his team in scoring tonight. Nick Perry's has 14. He's right behind him. But when you look at the two big name players for Fargo North, and Jeremiah Sem and Carter Zeller, is Ethan Welk's shot is up and good. I think you're seeing why these two create so much attention, both with their opponents and I would say college scouts, as the missed free throw is knocked out of bounds by Schilling. They've got a great team around them to complement them. David Schilling had some great defensive plays in this second half. Matthew Sem ran the point so well. We didn't see Bodie Hogue after that, what I hope isn't a terrible injury, as that drive is no good for Perry's. But an injury all the same, as he was out the rest of the game after it looked like he maybe rolled his ankle in the first half. As Schilling goes for the dunk attempt, no. Rebound brought down by Loria, ahead to Perry's. Perry's goes up for two, good. And a timeout, West Fargo, full timeout. And we've got another player down. Schilling looks to be cramping, as West Fargo calls a full timeout. Perry's putting that in. Now has 10 for the half with 22 seconds to go in this contest. West Fargo, if we look ahead for both of these teams, will take on Grand Forks Central in the new year. That's the next game that they have. Grand Forks Central, mind you, with their victory, got their first EDC win of the year tonight over a Wahpeton team which had been previously undefeated. And they did it quite easily as well, 59-37. And that one will be at home for West Fargo. For Fargo North, they'll take on Devils Lake here on the 29th of December and then follow that up with a road game against Davies on the 3rd of January. That game, ladies and gentlemen, circle, because Davies with their win tonight moved to 4-0 in EDC play and is a team that a lot of people like out of this EDC grouping to be the one to maybe challenge for a state title or at least make some noise in the state tournament. Ton of talent on that team, no doubt about it. Grand Forks Red River as well in their win over Horace. They moved and kept pace with Fargo Davies as well. As the inbounds going again to Jeremiah Sem from Ethan Welk. You know, Ethan Welk again, that pass was off. And Ethan Welk is shaking his head. He's looking at his hand, saying, I want to go over top instead of the one hand. There's some chuckles going on, and it could be said down or up 12 that's okay. I have to remind you, Ethan Welk played quarterback for Fargo North this year. So it's not like he's not well versed at the one-handed pass. Drive parry's rejected by Jeremiah Sem. Goes down low to Loria, up and in for 2. Timeout, West Fargo. With 16.8 seconds to go. It's now a 10-point contest for West Fargo. Loria now with 6 points. As a quick 30-second timeout with 16.8 seconds to go, West Fargo will pick them up full court. Neither team used any timeouts in the first half, so plenty to burn here in this game. Especially in this half, I should say. And West Fargo, again, making up 10 points in 16.8 seconds is going to be tough. This one goes down court to Matthew Sem, who will bring it back out, and then is fouled by Shell. So Shell, all the fouls committed by the team tonight, that's Shell's first. Although he did not play much in the second half. Max Shell sending Matthew Sem to the line for 2. Matthew Sem tonight, by the way, only 7 points. I say only. He will sometimes get up there in double figures for Fargo North. He actually came into this game averaging 12.7 points per game as that first one is up and good. Well, that's the other part about this team. You've got the juniors in Jeremiah and Cody Zeller, but Matthew Sem can fill it up as well. I think with the injury to Bodie Haug Bodie Hogue creates the problems where you have to have, not problems, but you have to have Matthew Sem revert more onto a point guard role and have him control the pace of the game. Ball brought out, top of the key. Matthew Sem will go for the bucket and the dunk with 3 seconds to go. And that is the game as that shot is up and no good. So Matthew Sem gets into double figures and the final score, 91-77. Fargo North with the victory. Great job by them to pull away in the second half of this one and come up victorious over West Fargo. We're going to have our Tommy Express Car Wash post-game show. We'll get hopefully an opportunity to talk with the head coach of Fargo North, Travis Hogue, on this victory for the Spartans, as with the win, they move to 2-2 overall, 2-1 in EDC play. Your final score from the Spartan Dome: Fargo North 91, West Fargo 77. When we come back, the Tommy Express Car Wash post-game show on your live event.
If you want help from a firm that has integrity and respect, strives for excellence, and is interested in the betterment of the community, look no farther than Onset Twitchell Attorneys. Our team of attorneys has dedicated and talented professionals who are committed to improving the lives of their clients and providing custom legal solutions with integrity and excellence. We have offices in West Fargo, Hillsborough, Natick, Page, and Castleton. or view our website, www.onsteadlaw.com.
Buying a new home, but worried about the interest rate and terms from your bank? At First Class Mortgage, we'll find a mortgage that fits your needs. Shopping national banks and other lenders for the lowest rate and most affordable terms. Saving you time and money. So all you need to worry about is enjoying your new home. First Class Mortgage. Our expertise, your peace of mind. Put an expert to work for you. Call today.
As an American family agent, I look out for what matters to you, even when nothing's wrong. This is Chris Heisey. Visit me online at chrisheisey.com. These days, everyone wants to save money. I can show you how easy it is by having multiple policies. By combining your auto and homeowner's insurance, I can put some change back into your pocket. My website again is chrisheisey.com. I want to be your American family agent.
American Family Insurance.
My name is Jared, born and raised in Minnesota, and I'm a project director at Enbridge. Enbridge is more than a pipeline company. It's a company participating in renewable energy projects in Minnesota and abroad, and I'm really proud to be working here.
We believe a cleaner energy future is achievable. For over 20 years, we've been early adopters of renewable energy, and we're proudly committed to net zero emissions by 2050. To hear more from Jared, visit enbridge.com/Jared. That's JERRID.
Wilf Dagelman started Dagelman Industries 60 years ago with one thing in mind. He wanted to make products that had a true impact on the farm. The foundation of Dagelman remains the same today. Build simple, heavy, reliable equipment that will last for generations. We choose to innovate rather than imitate and work hard to remain an industry leader. Wilf truly said it best. Build it right, build it heavy, and build it to last from top to bottom. If you're interested in joining our team, visit dagelman.com to view our openings.
Back here at the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Well, we'll make the introduction now. We've got Travis Hogue, the head coach of the Fargo North Spartans, joining us on the broadcast. The victorious 91-77 with the win. And Coach, we were talking a little bit before we got onto the broadcast, and you said that West Fargo, scrappy. They do a great job of making sure and putting a lot of hand pressure on your guards, and it really led to them having that advantage at the halftime. What was your message to your team in the locker room, being down 10?
Yeah, well, we went in there and we talked about a few of the adjustments that we were going to make in the second half, defensively, offensively. But then I just told the guys, man, I was like looking around the room, and I'm like, you guys look sad. You look really down. I see bad body language. How are you going to respond? Are we going to come out and are we going to stick it to these guys? Or are we going to go out and feel sorry for ourselves and lose this ball game? And I tell you what, I couldn't be more proud of my guys tonight. They came out and they responded. And they just played their butts off in the second half, made some good decisions. I thought we played a little bit cleaner in the second half, didn't turn the ball over as much. And it sure was nice to have my big boy Carter Zeller back in the game.
Well, that's the other part I was going to bring up, too, because you took him out with 14, about 10 to go in that first half, and sat him the entire first half. Now, you have that luxury, you have a little bit more depth at that position. But was there any thought in that first half to say, all right, we got to bring him back in, we got to stop the bleeding a little bit? Or were you comfortable with the fact that you were going to hold him out that long?
Yeah, I was comfortable in the fact my reserve 5, Joe Rose, he's a big, strong kid, football player, and I'm confident with him on the floor as well. So I knew that I was going to hold Carter out that whole first half because I would have hated to have him get his third foul in the first half. So I was just going to roll with Mr. Rose all night long in that first half and just let Carter go to work in the second half.
Yeah, clearly worked out for you. 20 points for Carter, big game for him. Also a big game for Jeremiah Sem. 29 points, it really didn't feel like 29 points. It felt like it came in the flow of the game, but towards the end there, he had that big three in the corner, which gave you that 11-point lead, and of course the alley-oop from his brother. Talk about his play in the second half and being the closer for you guys.
Yeah, I tell you what, I feel super spoiled as a head coach to have a player like Jeremiah Sem. I mean, he's a guy that when the ball's in his hands, he can literally make magic happen at times. And he's not afraid to take the big shot, and he's not afraid to have the ball in his hands in big moments. That's the type of player he is, and like I said, I am super fortunate to have a guy like that on our team.
The EDC doesn't get any easier. West Fargo, like you said, scrappy team. They've been at the state title for the last 2 years. Now you move on and you have Grand Forks Central coming in, and then you've got, of course, Fargo Davies to begin the new year. Two very good teams at the EDC. How do you keep kids focused, and this is a great question, off of the Christmas break? You're going to have this time where you're going to go home, but you got to bring them back in, especially when you have a game that happens over the Christmas break while you're out of school. What's kind of your thought process to make sure that they stay honed in on the task at hand?
Yeah, you know, I talk to my guys, at least I'm going to talk to them about tomorrow, because tomorrow's our last day of practice, and I'm going to give them off until next Tuesday. And honestly, I'm just going to tell them to enjoy their family, enjoy their relatives, enjoy the Christmas break, the holidays, but with the mindset of when we come back in on Tuesday, it's time to get back to work and just enjoy the process and get ready for Devil's Lake on Thursday night. Actually, Thursday afternoon.
Yeah, so. Devil's Lake. My apologies. I said Central. Devil's Lake, also a very good team as well. So, Coach, good job tonight. Congratulations on the victory, and it'll be fun to see how this season progresses with you and your team and which is going to be a really fun EDC year for the boys basketball side of things.
I appreciate that. Thanks for having me on, and thanks for covering our game tonight. Appreciate it, guys.
Absolutely. Head coach for the Fargo North Spartans, Travis Hogue, joining us here on the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. We're going to take a break. When we come back, we're going to get into those players of the game, both brought to you by Enbridge and RDK Enterprises. 91-77 our final from the Spartan Dome. Fargo North with the win over West Fargo. You're watching Class A boys basketball on your live event. Back here at the Tommy's Express Car Wash post-game show. Dan Gunnarsson with you, Joey Hughes, Fargo North alum. Loving the results of tonight's 91-77 victory. Speaking of love, Tommy's Express Car Wash, love your ride at Tommy's Express Car Wash. Sign up in the app on Google Play or in the App Store for your first month of unlimited washing, and make Tommy's Express Car Wash part of your clean routine. Tommy's Express Car Wash, 2 locations in Fargo, 2 locations in Moorhead. They've got the tools, the expertise. Keep your car clean inside and out. That's Tommy's Express Car Wash. Within our post-game show, of course, we've got a couple players of the game to mention. Let's start with that energy player of the game, the Enbridge energy player of the game, although it is kind of tough to provide a energy player of the game for a guy who only played in the second half, but it really did feel like Carter Zeller gave that type of energy to Fargo North in the second half that they absolutely needed. Down 45-35 at the break, they go nuts. Almost 60 second half points, 20 of which from Carter Zeller. Second half, that's to me why he is that Enbridge energy player of the game, for his ability to bring that energy and get his team into the win column tonight. For the Enbridge energy player of the game, we've got to hand it out to Carter Zeller. Enbridge, tomorrow is happening right now. So now, more than ever, the world needs safe, secure, sustainable, and affordable sources of energy. Visit tomorrowison.com. Enbridge, life takes. Now for the RDK Enterprises feature precision player of the game. This one, a lot easier to hand out. Jeremiah Sem, 29 points for that young man. 19 of those coming in the second half of tonight's contest. What a job by Jeremiah Sem to be the closer for his team. As Coach Hogue said, he feels not jealous, he feels spoiled, I should say. The rest of us, the rest of the EDC feels jealous. He feels spoiled to have a young man of that caliber on his roster. A lot of the things that you do as a team are going to be centered around structure and strategy, but Jeremiah Sem is the type of player that can sometimes go outside of those two entities, create on his own, and create magic, and tonight he did. Both a huge step back 3 towards the end of the game to give the double-digit lead for Fargo North, and the ultimate capitalizing dunk from Jeremiah on the assist from Matthew Sem to give them the win, 91-77 in the victory. Really put the exclamation point on the victory for Fargo North tonight, and that's why Jeremiah Sem is our RDK Enbridge, or should say RDK Enterprises Feature Precision Player of the Game. RDK Enterprises locations in Hillsborough and Drayton. They thank you to the area growers for your trust in RDK Enterprises as your planter experts. RDK Enterprises continues to invest in the education of their team members to provide the customer service you expect from your planter experts at service you expect from your planter experts at RDK Enterprises. Always revisit the performance of your planters. Call 701-636-2119 or visit planterdoc.com. Leading scorer for West Fargo tonight, Nick Perry's with 16. He was joined in double figures by Isaac Fritz with 14 and 13 from Tony Lill. On the Fargo North side, 29 from Jeremiah Sem, 20 from Carter Zeller, and 11 for Matthew Sem to pace their team in scoring. And that wraps things up for myself here tonight, Dan Gunnerson. I want to thank Joey Hughes for the cameraman action tonight as well. The final score from the Spartan Dome here on your live event, Fargo North pulls up with the victory, 91-77 over West Fargo. Thank you so much for joining us on tonight's broadcast, and we'll see you next time on your live event.